In 2015, Jeremy Corbyn decided to put his name forward to be leader of the Labour Party. I was one of the first people to back him because I saw hope, I saw honesty, I saw dignity, I saw someone prepared to stand shoulder to shoulder with communities that were oppressed. And I realised that what we needed in British politics was that hope, to stand up to vested interests, to stand up to the media, to take on big business, to fundamentally redesign our economy in the interests of the majority of people in Britain. So in 2016, Jeremy Corbyn was facing a second leadership challenge. Lots of people were running the other way, fearful that we might lose. And I decided and said to Jeremy, I'm prepared to stand by you and to be the director of your leadership campaign, because the potential to transform our country and our society in favour of the majority of working people in this country was too big an opportunity to stand and walk on pie on the other side of the road. And I'm proud of that fact, that I led his campaign and that we were successful. I believe it's about time that Ilford and Ilford's MP put us on the map for all the right reasons. We don't need an MP that supports more wars. We don't need an MP that supports corporate interests. We need an MP that is the exact opposite of all of those things. Someone that's come from humble beginnings and committed their life to campaigning and organising for social justice. Someone with a track record of standing shoulder to shoulder with communities who are on the sharp end of racism. Someone who's prepared to ask the difficult questions about climate change. I want to work with you over the weeks to come to win this election here in Ilford with your vote and with your support, so that we can together, all of us in this community, go into Parliament and fight for the radical change that we need to transform our society, to transform our community. And if you want that fresh start, vote for hope, vote for change, vote Sam Tarry.
My name is Afsana Begum and I'm standing to be the Labour Party candidate for Poplar and Limehouse, a constituency I have loved my entire life. Growing up in Shadwell, it was hard not to become political. I saw a lot of injustice and deprivation and saw the Labour Party as a solution to try and tackling a lot of the problems that we have. I've always struggled to make sure that we have a voice and have put that struggle into activism, trying to save our local day nurseries from closure, trying to protect our key frontline services. From the suffragettes movement to the Poplar Rates Rebellion to the anti-racism movement in the 1970s, we have a proud working class history of standing up for our rights, and I love this area for that. But we have to be honest, we still have a lot of issues. We have the Tory austerity policies, the universal credit rollout, the welfare cuts. All these things have left us devastated. We have the highest child poverty rate in the UK. Enough is enough. We have to stop this injustice. I believe the only way we can do that is by electing a socialist government led by Jeremy Corbyn. If you select me, if you elect me, I will make sure that I work with constituents and party members to build a movement to make sure that we make this place a better place for everyone.
We're just coming to talk to your neighbours. I'm a local Labour councillor and deputy leader of Wandsworth Labour Group. I've been a human rights activist for over 20 years, campaigning around the world for social justice. And now I work in a local community centre, putting my Labour values into action every day.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. Much about it.
Look, I know it's not going to be easy to win in Putney, but I will work super hard. I'll involve more people, I'll have more conversations, I'll ramp up our digital communications, and I'll fight for every single vote till 10 o'clock on election day so that we win in Putney.
When working class people come together, there's nothing we can't achieve. From winning universal healthcare to sickness pay, holiday pay, and even the weekend, history shows us time and time again the power of the Labour movement when it is united and moves forward collectively. But since the 1980s, we've seen attacks on union power, deindustrialisation, and a lack of investment in our communities. We've seen UK manufacturing decline, Our high streets struggle financially and young people lack viable futures. We live in an increasingly unequal society where working people are working more and getting less while the rich get richer. My name is Zara Sultana. I'm a community organiser, trade unionist and an anti-racist campaigner, and I'm running to be your Labour candidate in Coventry South. I've seen inequality firsthand while working in retail to support my degree. Young people being paid poverty wages and people working long, difficult hours still struggling to cover their rent and childcare. With nearly £50,000 of student debt myself, I want to see a country that invests in young people and gives them the opportunities that previous generations had. With free university education, recognising it as a collective social good, not an individual privilege. Where we begin to see the fruits of our labour, starting with a national living wage of at least £10 an hour. I want to live in a country where we restore the NHS to its former glory, with proper investment and ending privatisation. Where we scrap the disaster that is universal credit that punishes and polices people to a system that treats them with dignity and respect. A country that tackles the climate crisis by decarbonising by 2030 and investing in renewables through a green industrial revolution, with Coventry leading a just transition. Now is the time to act, to organise and to elect a Labour government to undo the damage caused by Tory austerity, to truly transform the country for the many, not the few. With your support, I will be a strong socialist voice for Coventry South. And when I go into Parliament, you'll be coming with me.